Next at 10, Madison police call it part of a disturbing crime cluster. In total, officers responding to almost 30, mostly West Side shots fired incidents since the beginning of the year. Matthew Simon tells us police are thankful no one has been seriously injured. Matthew?
Yeah, Eric, no one seriously injured, thank goodness. Madison police say the problem is not getting calls for help when shots fired are heard, but it's that none of the potential shooting victims are the ones calling 911.
Well, I heard like pop, bang, and then it echoed across the whole street.
Across Tawny Drive, Matthew Griffin and his mom Melissa still shaken up.
It makes me a little nervous. It's a little closer to home.
After gunshots rang out off Raymond Road around midnight, just 5 houses down from where they live.
I waited a few seconds in my bed for my head to kind of process what I'd heard, and then I was like, wait a second. I jumped out of bed, went over to my dad. He was lying on the ground and told me to get down.
Police still do not know if the shell casings this Meadowood shooting left behind are related to the same thing happening just about 2 hours before near here on Golden Oak Lane.
Not necessarily a connected pattern, but certainly a prevalence of them that's quite disturbing.
That prevalence, police say, not only related to 3 other West Side shootings since Friday, but since about the beginning of the year, Madison police have investigated 26 mostly West Side shots fired reports. In all cases, MPD frustrated potential victims are not calling for help.
That perhaps not coming forward to the police will allow somebody to have the cover to retaliate.
Retaliation concerns have been very real for Madison police. In January, as the crime log began to build, the head of Madison's gang unit said many of the shootings were likely gang-related.
Now, the act itself may not be an act for the gang, but that person likely is a member of a gang or associates with members of gangs.
On Friday, police fears narrowly avoided when a driver on Park Street fired shots at another car, the bullet shattering the 2 front windows of a random woman's car while she drove.
We're very, very fortunate that because of some act between people with guns, that an innocent person isn't seriously injured or worse.
It felt like my heart was not beating anymore. It really freaked me out.
While the nerve's still fresh for the Griffin family off Tawny Drive, Mom Melissa says she still loves it here.
But I still think it's generally a safe neighborhood.
Now, police ask you if you find a shell casing, call for help, but do not touch the evidence. Police plan to have a high visibility of officers in an attempt to crack down on this on the southwest side next week.
All right, Matthew Simon, our news center. Matthew, thank you.